Walmart CEO Doug MacMillan has issued a huge warning for consumers in 2024, and it's very possible that we may see less and less people going out to buy their goods, as it seems like everybody's running out of money. Walmart, along with Target, Amazon, Costco, all these big-time retailers are probably seeing the exact same thing. Consumers are softening, even though deflation seems to already be here for some of these items. What's even weirder is that Walmart seems to agree with the Biden administration when it comes to inflation, but at the same time, they come out on TV and say this.
What are you seeing in terms of traffic around this important holiday period?
Yeah, we're continuing to see traffic growth in store, plus even more transaction growth for pickup, curbside, and delivery. As a company, our in-store business is continuing to grow, but we expect that this trend of faster growth for curbside and delivery will continue, and we're happy to serve people however they want to be served. Customers these days shop in kind of an all-of-the-above way. They use stores, they use pickup, they use delivery. It's fun to come in here and pick up what you needed for Thanksgiving and also look at what was available for Black Friday, and that's the behavior we're seeing.
What about by income level? Because it does feel like it's been bifurcated.
Everybody's price sensitive. You know, we went through this period of inflation, which has now changed. We're starting to see some deflation, which we're happy to see. But as that price sensitivity went up, everybody was looking for value, and we did really well and continue to with higher income cohorts.
Higher income trading down. Is that still happening?
We don't like to think of it as trading down to come shop at Walmart. It would be more like people are looking for value. But as we've shown you, like in our apparel category, we've got better brands, we've got some great values, even though they're at higher price points than what we might have had in the past. So Walmart has appealed to everybody for some categories forever. Like we sell a lot of bicycles and flat panel televisions. But these days we're focused on offering customers what they want in apparel and home and some other categories that have more of a fashion component so that we can serve everybody better.
Okay, first off, if everybody's leaving Target, and this is not because of their need to stay trendy with their social position, but if people are leaving Target to go shop in Walmart, then yes, consumers are definitely trading down. Although MacMillan sounds like he works for the White House, huh? Just a lot of empty optimism for consumers who are fast running out of money. Money that would normally be used to spend on things that many of us don't necessarily need. But hey, maybe you're seeing the same thing. Do you think that people are just trying to get the most out of their money and that's why they're going to Walmart now? Comment a quick yes or no down below for your answer. And while you guys are down there, drop a quick like for the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Totally appreciate you guys. So getting back on topic, he said that he was happy to see deflation, right? But were you aware that the prices of goods deflate when people can't afford to buy them anymore? I know it would be nice to hear some good news, but deflation happening at this point is showing us the weakness of the consumer, not that the economy is recovering. Besides that, top executives of the retailer are also saying that consumer behavior will be tough to predict for 2024, given that more and more of us are being cautious about spending our dollars. But it's not just that though. Consumers are worried just to use the money because they don't have as many dollars to spare. I mean, I'm not so sure what's so hard to understand about that. Now, you know what mixes perfectly with Americans running out of money? Layoffs. How's that for a strong economy, huh? Let's just go with California here. From the start of this year to October 1st, a record number of 171,530 workers were laid off in California. Almost 100,000 more than New York, where almost 75,000 jobs, or 75,000 people were let go from their jobs within the same time frame.
New at 10 tonight, some major tech companies have announced another round of job cuts. Google, Amazon, and Snap are among the companies continuing to downsize. KTVU South Bay reporter LaMonica Peters live now in Mountain View at Google headquarters with more on this latest round of layoffs. LaMonica.
Julie, the analysts I spoke with say these companies are simply evaluating their bottom lines, and the job cuts that they are having right now are simply to shore up their companies and to make sure that they are still making their profits.
The data that's come out has shown that the tech industry has been laying off people really pretty aggressively.
Google, Amazon, Snap, and Zillow say they're making more cuts to their workforce. Neither Google nor Amazon disclosed how many jobs were being cut this time. Tech reporter and analyst Ian Scher says the cuts are most likely continuing fallout from the pandemic.
The way the economy has worked has shifted a lot over those last 4 years. We've seen inflation come up. Now we've seen it start going down. We've seen interest rates going up, all these types of things. So it is somewhat part of the natural cycle to see layoffs in some companies.
Amazon's most recent layoffs will affect employees in Europe, Latin America, and North America. This is also the fifth round of job cuts for Google since September and the third round of cuts for its parent company, Alphabet.
The 9-county Bay Area lost, almost 17,000 jobs last month, which was the, worst job loss we saw, monthly job loss we saw since Omicron hit in late 2020, early 2021.
Both Snap and Zillow are also cutting about 24 jobs from their workforce. Roy says interest rates are at a 22-year high, and companies will continue to make cost-cutting decisions.
Still, many companies are making decisions around these high interest rates, which of course keeps the economy growing more slowly, and reduces, companies' need to hire more people or retain people.
And who cares if Christmas is right around the corner, right? Thousands continue to be sent emails regarding their layoffs. And well, I'm guessing that we're going to see even more of those coming down the pipeline in 2024. Something else that we're probably going to see more in 2024 are hacks. Given that cybersecurity and cyber attacks seem to be an afterthought for many of these different companies around the world. I'm not sure if they thought that nobody was going to try to hack them, or maybe they just kind of trusted their cybersecurity just a little bit too much. I mean, did you hear about what happened with the DNA company 23andMe? Almost 7 million people were affected, and well, now they're facing a significant lawsuit.
It's a site where people hand over the most personal information to learn about their ancestry. But a recent data breach has left some customers of the genetic testing company 23andMe feeling vulnerable.
It's you at your most finest essence. You provide a saliva sample into a tube and submit that.
This BC man is the plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit alleging 23andMe didn't do enough to protect customers' data. His identity is protected by a court order.
You get an email that says, "Oh, hey, you've been breached," and you're like, "Oh no!" Like, it's just such a horrible emptiness that you're that vulnerable out there, and you don't know to whom or what.
23andMe says it was hacked in early October, now confirming more than 6 million accounts were affected. We are in the process of notifying affected customers and have taken steps to further protect customer data, a company spokesperson said. This lawyer involved in the proposed class action says he wants answers for Canadian customers.
We do allege and we do believe that customers were not treated properly here, that they've been harmed.
23andMe says some of the profiles hacked include information like birth year, location, and the percentage of DNA shared with certain relatives on the site. It did not specify whether DNA records were breached.
I was really interested in this company a few years ago. I even thought about getting my ancestry checked, but I don't know. My gut told me that something was off, and years after the fact, this happened. It's one thing to share your information, your name, your ID, your picture, your house. To have your DNA out in the market, just hanging out there all willy-nilly, that's some next level stuff. You might be thinking, what do you mean out in the market, Ron? Well, these hackers didn't take all of this information just to look at them, all right? They're probably going to sell it to the highest bidder, probably on the dark web, and personal information sells really well in some markets, which kind of makes me just a little bit iffy as to why it took so long for them to admit this hack. Like, wouldn't you tell your customers about a breach of this magnitude within a shorter period of time? It's like they waited almost 2 whole months to tell them, but I don't know. I digress. There must have been some other things going on in the background that we don't know about, right? So what are your thoughts on today's topics? Make sure you guys let me know down below, and before I go, I want to thank you guys for your time. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.